Hi world, welcome to Brian A. Law School, your go-to place for good governance and the rule of law. This is Ask Africa Show. And as I said, Ask Africa Show is a community service show wherein you can air your views and exercise your right to be heard as well as your freedom of expression. In the first video lesson, I hosted Beverly Lois from Kenya, wherein we discussed the devastating effects of air pollution in Kenya. Today, I am glad and very honored to be joined by one of our friends from the Central African Republic. And I'll just read you a small bio about her before we proceed. She has over 5 years experience in children and youth rights advocacy. Currently, she's the founder of Association Les Grands d'Espoir, that is French for meaning Seeds of Hope, which aims to support youth initiatives through civic education, employment creation, and etc. She is currently a computer science student at the Adventist University of Central Africa, based in Kigali, Rwanda. She is the holder of a scientific GCSE from Barthélemy Boganda High School in Central African Republic. Her passion for children and youth is driven from the fact that growing up, she did not have sufficient information on matters of sexuality and rights of the children. And she is highly motivated and committed to make positive change in her community. She therefore seeks to empower the children and the youth so that they have a better life. And upon completion of her activities and her studies and all that, she plans to continue her work in children and youth rights advocacy in order to ensure that all children in Africa are empowered. And that is why she's here today to speak to us. Hermine Nguedjitan Pierrette Mbayam. Say hi to our audience, please.
Hi, everyone. I'm very glad to talk about my beautiful Sister Africa, especially the challenge that we young people are facing. Thanks.
Thank you. I think we are having some small connectivity problems on your side. Your video has paused, though we can see you and we can hear your voice. I'll just urge you to speak up a little bit. Your video is paused, though we can see you, it's all right. So long as we can hear your voice, that's still okay. Can you hear me?
Maybe the connection is, yeah, I hear you well.
All right, no problem. So let's proceed. So the topic today at hand is very crucial for us. If I may say, it's written in a tale. It's written in a story about a young boy who grew up in an island which was 7 miles long. And this island was marred by abject poverty. He was raised by the mother and the father who were also poor people, alongside 7 other siblings, being four sisters and 3 brothers. Their house was a shack or a shanty, which only had 2 rooms, 2 bedrooms, if I may say. One bedroom was occupied by the father and the mother, and the other bedroom was occupied by his sisters rather. His brothers, as well as himself, could only sleep in the living room, and they did not have any beddings. They did not have a mattress, or they did not have any bed sheets or blankets. So they used to sleep on the hard floor, bracing the mosquitoes, the cold night, and the cockroaches. So this young boy decided that this abject poverty is not for him, and that he will work really hard and ensure that he becomes a better citizen and removes the family from abject poverty. And indeed, he kept to his promise, and this boy grew up to be my mentor and friend, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. And when interviewed, he said the secret was education. Nelson Mandela also said the secret was education. And now we are here today to speak about the state of education in Central African Republic. The Central African Republic just as the name denotes, is a country in the central or in the center point of Africa, though marred by a civil war, which is a controversial civil war. This country is really trying in matters of education. The Central African Republic as well has been affected negatively by this war, which has spread or has a negative ripple effect in various spheres of its economy, including its education. And that is why we have our guest today, Hermine Nguedjitan from Central African Republic, who will help us to demystify the issues that are going around Central Africa in matters of education. In a report, Hermine, that was prepared by Education Can't Wait, which is a global fund for education in conjunction with the government of Central African Republic, the report denotes that there is need to sponsor some 900,000 children in your country to go to school. And the government is also trying to make education free and compulsory. Kindly please tell us something small, or tell us about the lack of education in your country and what causes this lack of education. Over to you, Hermine.
Okay, thank you. This crisis in 2013 has got a negative impact on the education system. Yeah, the principal cause here is the war. Yeah, war brings insecurity, and because of insecurity, people displaced, and then children can't go to school normally in the good way. And this insecurity doesn't allow teacher to go through the village in order to teach those children who are living there in this side. That's a pity. And the second cause is the lack of enough teachers. Yeah, because they've got a less salary, so they get a discouragement and they can't go to school in order to teach young people.
Wait,
And
if I got you right, you're saying the war in your country has caused insecurity. And this insecurity has affected, can you please tell us how the insecurity has affected the education sector?
Yeah.
Tell us how the insecurity has affected education.
Okay. This insecurity affects education, affect also the pupil, the population, the parents and the children also. And particularly the teachers, because there is insecurity going into village to teach there, it's so difficult because with this criminal and it's not easy. And some parents to live in the are obliged to leave the country that disturb children to attend school. That's why I say that the insecurity is a big issue to education.
I think we have a problem with the connectivity. We are hearing you a little bit, but then you're breaking. But if I can understand you, you're saying the war has caused displacements, in that the population has left CAR.
Yeah.
Some have become refugees in neighboring countries. And you're also saying the population has caused teachers to fear. No, sorry, the war or the insecurity has caused teachers to fear going to the rural areas to teach because they are being attacked, right?
Yeah, and in addition, there is also the lack of enough teacher.
Yes.
Because they have got a less salary and they get the discouragement. They refuse to go to school in order to teach children. Yeah. And also in some villages, some children go to the diamond mines. For them, school is not clear. So having money is clear for them. Yeah.
Right.
And also,
maybe let me just clarify to our viewers, because there's a little bit of connectivity problems. We can't hear your voice well, you are shaking. You've said teacher's salary is less, so
yeah.
so we have less teachers, fewer teachers. People don't want to be teachers in your country because of the salary is not enough. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've also said that some children don't go to school. They'd rather go to the diamond mines and mine diamond and get some little money rather than going to school.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you can proceed, though I believe we have internet challenges today.
Sorry?
Just proceed, though try and be a little bit clear so that we can hear you well. I think we have some internet challenges, but we shall just proceed. Proceed.
Okay, now everything is okay. You can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear.
You can see me.
Yeah,
Okay.
We can see you also, yeah.
Yeah, and we have also this part of infrastructure. In our country, there is only one university for all Central African children.
Only one university?
And, only one university, and in the capital. Those students who are living in the village have to leave to come in Bangui in order to attend the university. And sometimes in the class, there are only one teacher for 300 students. So it's so complicated.
Okay, let me clarify to our viewers there, because we lost you a little bit. So you're saying in the entire country, in the whole country, there's only one university, and then one university is situated in the capital city of Bangui.
Right.
And there's also insufficient or fewer teachers in the schools, in that one teacher is supposed to serve 300 children.
Yes.
Okay, that is clear. Proceed, please. Continue. So, are those the only problems, or are those the only causes that you can think of right now that are affecting the lack of education in your country?
I think that there are many causes, but these are the essential. That's why I share with you.
Okay.
We can go on the.
Good. So with those causes that we've just discussed about, what are the consequences of lack of education in your country?
Oh, okay, thanks. The consequences are so many. Let's talk firstly about the criminality. Yeah. Young people, because of lack of some knowledge, they are easy to be manipulated in order to make rebellion, and they drop out school.
So you're saying,
we talk about the.
Let me just clarify a little bit. We lost you again because of the internet, I believe. You're saying because of lack of education, the rate of criminality has gone up because the children and the youth can now be manipulated into criminal activities.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
Go on.
Secondly, let's talk about the illiteracy.
The illiteracy, okay.
Illiteracy, yeah, especially among girls, because of lack of knowledge. They get pregnancy early and they drop out of school to stay at home.
I didn't get you really well. The internet there really broke. Can you please repeat what you just said about illiteracy?
Yeah, I was talking about the literacy. I say that it's especially among young girls. Yeah, because of lack of some information, because of lack of knowledge, they get pregnancy early and they drop out of school.
Okay. The internet is really bad on your side, I believe. We couldn't really get what you've said about illiteracy. If you can just try again one more time.
Hello.
If you can just try again. We didn't hear what you said about illiteracy. You kept breaking. I think the internet has a problem, and that's the problem now with the remote meeting. So let's just try again. Tell us what you meant by illiteracy.
Yeah, I was talking about illiteracy, especially among young girls. Yeah, because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of some education, because of lack of some clear information about their sexuality, they get pregnancy early and they drop out school.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if I understood you, you're saying because of the illiteracy, it's really affecting girls the most because of lack of enough knowledge.
Yeah.
They end up getting early pregnancies, and by extension, they drop out of schools.
Right.
Okay, that is clear. Continue, please.
And also, there is a party. Yeah, people.
Okay.
Yeah, people don't have a good job to pay themselves. So it's not easy.
We lost you again a little bit. Your voice was breaking. Can you kindly please repeat the point on poverty? Yeah, this internet, we just have to adapt. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Range of internet you're facing.
Yeah, just
Okay.
repeat about.
Yeah, I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about poverty. I said that people don't have a good job to pay themselves well, and they can't think normally about the development. That's why the country is backing down. Yeah.
Okay, so poverty, of course, yeah, lack of education has brought poverty. So the youth cannot go for competitive jobs. So they end up just doing the odd jobs or being criminals or something because of lack of education. That is understood. Proceed, please. I'll be a translator today. Don't worry. Don't worry. Proceed to the next point. If
Okay. And this lack of education affects also the behavior of young people.
The
behavior yeah, of young people. Yeah, they are not effective. They don't have this good mind to think about a positive change or about a changing or about a development. So they are thinking about something unnecessary. I mean, and young people can't exactly do the best in order to bring a change in our country.
I lost you a bit there, but if I understood you, you're saying it has the lack of education has caused behavioral change in the young people, in that their minds are not fully open, or discipline has also gone down. So these people, they just live the way they want, do things the way they want, all in the hope that tomorrow will be a better day. I understand you there, and I hope our viewers do understand you. Yes.
Thanks. Okay.
Proceed.
Yeah, I think giving some consequences.
Okay. So, all right. Now that you've spoken about the causes and the consequences, what are the solutions? What can be done at this time, right now, in your country to ensure the lack of education has been overturned and education is given to everyone? Remember, we have said You've told us that the children, they'd rather go to the diamond mines than go to school. You've told us there's only one university to serve the entire population. You've told us that the war has displaced most of the citizens who are now refugees in other countries. You've told us there are fewer teachers because the salaries are not competitive. You've told us a lot of things. Now, as good citizens, as good Africans, it is good if we can give solutions. So being an education enthusiast and passionate about the education of the youth and children, please tell us what are the solutions that can be employed right now to reverse this trend in education in your country.
Okay, thank you. As a solution, I think that our government has to take its responsibility by increasing the salary of teachers to make them comfortable in order to go to teach those students. Yeah. Secondly, we have to put end of war. Yeah, okay, so because war is then.
The first point is you propose the government to increase the number of teachers, to increase their salaries as well, so that they are comfortable in their job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Proceed.
Okay, and the second point is to put end of war.
To end the war.
Because the war, yeah, the war is very dangerous, and it impacts negatively on the population, especially on the children.
Okay. Yeah, the war is affecting the children specifically negatively because now teachers fear to go to teach, and especially, you tell us something small about the villages. You told us that the teachers don't go to teach in the villages. So who is teaching in the villages?
Into the village, there are some parents teacher, some parents volunteer who has got a few knowledge, and they decide to share with those children their experiences, their knowledge.
So it is the parents. It is the parents
unqualified.
Okay, or unqualified parents in the village who are teaching the children in the village. Okay, all right, proceed.
Yeah, and let's move to the third point. It's about providing security for all citizens, even into village. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the responsibility of our government to do that.
So the government to provide security for all its citizens, even the ones in the village, so that teachers do not fear to go to the rural areas to teach.
Yeah. Okay. And then to make the education free for all children.
Okay. Free education.
It allows them to attend school, right? And according to those children who are living in the village, I think that the best way to bring them to school is to make a law that no children who under the age of 18 don't go to the diamond mines. Yeah.
Okay. So just to clarify to our listeners, you have said the government to make a law that will dictate every children under the age of 18 should not go to the diamond mines, rather they should go to school. And education to be made free and compulsory, or free and a must for all children.
Going to school is must. The obligation for every child to go to school.
They want to go to school. Okay, sure, understood. Proceed.
Okay, I think that is a clear solution, and I hope that our government will understand what we young people really need. So, with the future, but now with the present, And if our government doesn't take care of us, doesn't give us the opportunity to go to school to get some knowledge, what can we think? How can we think about a good development of the country? So it's very necessary to take care of young people, and because we're the change maker, and to make a positive change, we have to be trained, we have to get some knowledge, some background in order to think about the development of a country. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so if I understood your last point there was that the government is supposed to take education seriously, to take matters of the children and the youth seriously, because these are the future of the country, and the youth and the children, if well educated, the country will be stable and will lead into the better future that is needed for the countries. All right. That's really, really good. Thank you so much. Do you have, I'm really sorry about the internet connectivity, though we have really tried to hear you. We've really tried to articulate what you've said, and we know our viewers, if they will have any question or any clarification, they'll just drop us a comment in the comment box and we shall get in touch with you. And definitely we shall love your clarifications. But in a nutshell, you have taken us really well, and we have understood about the state of education in Central African Republic. There's lack of education because of insufficient teachers, and the civil war has really caused a lot of issues. And so you're asking upon the government to increase the teachers, to increase the schools, to end the war, and to take matters of the youth seriously. And I can say these problems are not only affecting your country, rather they are affecting many countries in Africa, just in different magnitudes and in different ways. So in conclusion, kindly please just tell the world your last remarks, your closing comments.
Okay, so grateful to be here to talk a little bit about my country, and I hope that what I was saying there, it will be impactful and bring a right change on people. So I will continue to advocate in order to help those young people like me, and in order to help them to think about the change and to change their mentality, their bad mentality.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. So if I got you there, because the internet also appeared to break there, yours is to urge the youth to change their mentality, to embrace education, and you have said you shall continue with sensitization and you shall continue with your initiatives to ensure the youth are empowered and the children know the importance of education and fully embrace education for a better future.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last thing, yeah, I do that only to inform young, all young African about the YALI program. That's an amazing program. Exactly. Yeah, this program opened my mind, and I get enough with this program. That's really interesting. So I beg all young African who are watching this video, it's good for everyone. It's a great opportunity for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it, young Africans. Our guest from Central African Republic, Hermine, has urged you to join the Young African Leaders Initiative program, YALI, which is a program that nurtures African leaders from all over Africa. And it was a creation of the United States government, and indeed has done a lot. Hermine is a member or is a participant of the Young African Leaders Initiative, cohort 39. Which is where I also met her. And indeed, It is a very eye-opening program. It is a very interactive program, and it is a program that will indeed bring out the passion in you. For viewers, we really apologize for the internet connectivity, but I know we have gotten something small, and if there's anything that you would want to add to this discussion, kindly please drop us a comment in the comment box, and also reach us via the contacts which we shall put in the description box. Again, as I say, if you're an African outside there and you feel there's an issue you want us to discuss, if you feel there is something which is bedeviling your country and your voice is not being heard, or if you do not know the proper channels to raise your voice, then Brian A. Law School, your go-to place for good governance and the rule of law, is the place to be. Drop us a comment, drop us an email, and indeed we shall be sure to respond and host you in the channel. Our next guest, we shall be discussing about mental health issues, especially during this time of the pandemic. From us at Brian A. Law School, we just urge you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, to like and share the videos widely, as well as to empower another with legal knowledge. Till next time, bye.